Hello, this is Paul, and this tutorial will explain the 2-5-1 jazz chord progression. What is the 2-5-1? The 2-5-1 is the most common chord progression in jazz. The 2-5-1 uses a second, fifth, and first degree of the major scale. If we are in the key of C, the 2 chord is D minor 7, the 5 chord is G7, and the 1 chord is C major 7. Let's look at each of these chords individually and then properly voice lead them in the progression. The 2 chord is minor. Since we are in the key of C major, the 2 chord is D minor 7, and the accompanying mode is Dorian. In our last tutorial, we voiced this chord with either the flat 3rd or flat 7th on the bottom with the 5th and 9th. The 5 chord is the G7, and this uses the mixolydian mode. This is our G7 mode, and the G7 voicing uses the 3rd, 13th, 7th, and 9th. This is the voicing we learned with the 3rd and 7th on the bottom. The last chord is our 1 chord. This chord uses the Ionian mode / major scale and also uses the same intervals as the dominant 7th voicing. Here is the C major 7 chord with the 3rd and 7th on the bottom. Let's put all these chords into the 2-5-1 progression. We will start with the D minor 7 voicing with the 3rd on the bottom. G7 is the 5 chord, and if the 7th is on the bottom, it will voice lead very nicely from the D minor 7. The only difference between these 2 chords is the C will fall to the B. Our 1 chord is a C major 7, and if we use a 3rd on the bottom, our F will move to the E, and the E will fall to the D. This is the full progression. Our last example started with the 3rd on the bottom of the D minor 7. We will now invert the D minor 7, use the 7th on the bottom, which will change the 5 and 1 chord inversions as well. The inversion of the D minor 7 has a 7th, which is the C, on the bottom. The other notes consist of the 9th, minor 3rd, and 5th. This D minor 7 inversion will work nicely with the G7 with the 3rd on the bottom. From here, the C major 7 will use a 7th on the bottom. Here is the full progression. I have made a tutorial workbook that will have exercises with all these chords written in all keys. I have also written a worksheet for you to practice with. I suggest you work slowly, so maybe just choose a few keys per day and let all this information soak in. Thanks for watching. Go to palmyi.com for a free download of this tutorial workbook.